Welcome to Olaron's Palace of Healing. Inside here, all are welcome. Like, share, subscribe, hit your notification buttons. Come in, stay for a while. Maybe you'll find something here that can help you through whatever it is you're going through. It's all about healing up in here. So tune in. And if you'd like to get a reading with me, check the information below. And once again, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Lauren's Palace of Healing. And it's me, Lauren Kelly, just getting ready to go work out. But before I did, I figured I'd drop a quick video and talk about how I discovered tarot. Now, for my old church folk that are probably watching this video wondering what is going on, tarot is not of the devil. There are no power in the cards. The power all comes from the divine. And it's just another tool, just like what you use at church or whatever. You use the Psalms. Some people use the tarot. The same thing can be done with a set of playing cards. So know this, there is no power there. It is all based on intention. So if your intentions are good and your intentions are to heal people, it can be a powerful gift, especially if used properly. And most healers do use that properly. Not all, but the majority of the ones, I'd say every single one that I know that does read, they do it for the betterment of humanity and not for crazy stuff. That being said, I want to talk about how I found tarot. So, I grew up in a Pentecostal household, and we were always taught, you can't go see psychics, don't see the tarot readers, they worship the devil, blah, blah, blah. And I can tell you all of that is far from reality. I've been psychic intuitive my whole life, and a medium as well. Ever since childhood, I just haven't talked about it. They saw me use it at church, and they thought it was church related, but it is really just a gift that I was born with, as was my father, and other people in my family have that, and you got a lot of friends who were born with the same gifts. It's just an innate ability to tap into the divine flow, as we call it, or spirit. So we tap in, and we'll go back about almost 4 years ago in October. I was really just coming out of some really bad heartbreak, and I couldn't understand what had happened, because I had poured out my whole heart and soul on this person and did everything I could to try to make it work, and they kept ghosting me and coming back and ghosting me and coming back, and never really telling me the truth of what was happening and what was going on. And I was just in the state of confusion and in a place where I just didn't want to be feeling that anymore. So it was around then, I got on my awakening and had started working out quite a bit. And, I was still getting over the deaths of my mom and my dad and my divorce, and lingering things from my brother, and just a whole lot of depression and grief that was tucked in. And I just wanted to find my way out of that hole. So I went and bought some new clothes so I could make myself feel better. So I had this new 3-piece suit. Ooh, it was fly. I had the hat, the vest, the works. Your boy was smooth with it. And I went out with one of my homeboys, and we went downtown Minneapolis, and there was this bar called the Rouge Lounge, or the Lounge, I think, at that time. I don't know if they're still open or not. I don't club anymore. But it was around the middle of October, so they were doing like Halloween themed stuff there, and they had this tarot reader there, and she was doing, I think, 10-minute readings for $10 or something like that. And I noticed her when I walked in, but in my head it was like, nah. I've always been skeptical. Like I didn't even want to even bother with it. But I was in there, getting my drink on a little bit, having a good time, and as me and my friend decided to leave, I was actually had my hand on the door. Something said, "Go talk to her." Well, by something I mean spirit. Well, seriously, go talk to this. Go talk to her. So I went and talked to her, still being very skeptical, and but her energy was so good. Like I didn't feel any bad energy from her, and I was already having doubts about the faith system I grew up in. So I figured, you know what? Like the Bible ain't helping me, and the church ain't helping me, and like nothing that I'm trying to do feels like it's bringing me any understanding of what's happening to me. So I started, I gave her the $10, and I asked her a reading, or I asked her a question about the person. And her answers were accurate and spot on. And it gave me clarity because I didn't really know what I was dealing with. And it's like, it's hard to understand what is happening to you if you don't understand what's happening to you. If you don't know the facts. If you don't kind of see what's right in front of you. So she had mentioned that this person was showing symptoms of, and I'm not going to say if they were full blown or not, I don't know, because they ran and didn't talk. So, but she said they had borderline personality disorder. I never really knew what that was, but I was like, okay. But after the reading, I felt so much lighter. Like, I had clarity. The other things she said is I needed to run from this person. So, after that reading, for a couple of months, me being the avid reader that I am, I started reading about borderline personality disorder. It was like around this time I like started to recognize that this person had childhood wounds. It was like my intuition was kicking in and started telling me things about this person that they didn't tell me. So I know it was freaking them out because they tried to make another return, and I wanted to try to work with them. So in the process of this, I was like praying every night, reading the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the Torah, the Quran, any religious book I could find, like anything about just healing, discovering who the divine is to other people, like just the concept of where God came from, the concepts of where different religions were derived from. I was like just doing all this research, but still just praying every night. And it was like I could see an entity sort of attached to this person. And when I would try to pray for them and pray that entity away, I could see the entity just laugh at me. And it was a little dark, ugly thing. Not scary, just dark, ugly, negative self talker. But you could see the energy attached, like I could. And when I say entities, a lot of them are just self created because of old trauma. And it starts to take a life of its own, and it's that trauma that's attaches to you. It's like it's still you, but it's your darker self that's showing. So like I don't necessarily believe people I would say like in terms of people that are, you would say are bad or what have you, that's sort of an affliction. Is the whatever it is that happened, it compounds itself and it takes a life of its own. And so I'll try to pray this, and I would try to coax this person to open up to me, but they never wanted to open up. And it was like if I got below surface, they'd disappear. So I try to just be patient and have surface conversations. And it didn't really work out too well. And I probably should have listened to that tarot reader when she said run. But I had to find out for myself what was, because I'm always been a white person. So I had to figure out what was underneath all of the actions and the lies and the in and out behavior and, someone telling you they love you and then disappearing and, just playing those kind of the trickery in the games. And so, I'd caught this person not being entirely honest with me. And I kept it to myself. And then the last time I saw them, I asked them questions. And I started listening for what wasn't being said. And it was like you notice when people are dodging questions, direct questions, and trying not to answer questions and twisting themselves in a circle. And it was like I went home and I thought about the conversation, and then I messaged her and I started asking more questions and called her on not being honest with me. And at that point, she decided to ghost me again. So, and I knew it was going to happen. And I tried to reason with her, like, yo, just sit down and talk with me. Like, I don't even care if we're together or not, but I want to, if whatever it is that is inside of you that is making you do this, like, let's talk about it. No response. So I went over to a friend's house because I was just like down in the dirt. My friend Maria and my friend Rob, aka Muja, and we started playing some of my music because I do create music as well. And we were freestyling and just having a decent time. I was looking at YouTube, or I started something said Google silent treatments when people give you the silent treatment. And sure enough, what popped up was, I think, 28 things a narcissist does to an empath. We'll save all of that for a whole nother conversation. I'm just replaying events. We'll talk about all of that. We'll delve deep. So when I found this video, I was shook because almost everything was on there. And I had never heard these terms before. Now they're very popular. So, you hear the term love bombing, which is when they come in and make you feel like you're the only one, and they love you so much, and they want to spend their life with you. They make you feel all warm and gooey inside, and then they might start a fight or something like that. Yank that feeling away from you just to see what you do, because they like employing tactics, and then come back in, and then a lot of times they'll have somebody else on the back burner, just in case you wise up to whatever it is they're doing. But I digress. It was after I saw that, I started doing more research, and I was looking at things that they never really talked about at church, because they always talk about soulmate and how there's only one person you're supposed to be with. Just the concept of it was never really fleshed out there, except for all they say is, be ye not unequally yoked amongst unbelievers, and whatever that verse is. But I began to gain some knowledge. So you have different kinds of soulmates. You have your karmic soulmates. You have your friends, because some of your friends are soulmates. They're in your life for a reason. You met them because they're attached to your purpose. They're there to help guide your purpose. So you have your karmics, you have your friends. When I say karmic, that's a person that is there to teach you a lesson. So that person that showed up, that dogged you the hell out. Then the next person that did that dogged you the person the people that you're in the different cycles with, that's what we refer to as the karmic. And then you have the twin flame soulmate. Now, they've never talked about this. You never hear this stuff in church. So it's I don't even know what I'm dealing with. But with the twin flame, and I'm not saying I subscribe to the theory or not, but I'm saying that you can figure it out for yourself. And then you can Google the twin flame journey and see if any of it looks familiar for you. But typically the twin flame journey, sometimes they can mimic the empath narcissist paradigm. It can mimic the whole runner chaser paradigm. They are the toughest relationships to be with, but meaning that they're tough because the person's supposed to act as a mirror to you. That's what your twin flame does. So sometimes you'll even have telepathic communication with them. The same things happen at the same time. You may have grown up similar ways. You might like the same foods, same hobbies, same interests. The reason for this is because they say that You're one soul before you came here to existence that was split into two. And once you make contact with each other, you're supposed to make a profound effect on humanity and on life and the people around you in your community. And that's going through a whole lot of different kinds of lessons. Now, and speaking of the twin flame, you do also have what's called a false twin flame. So a false twin flame can cause you to do the same thing, but they may not actually be your person. But they may start you on the awakening process of heartbreak and loss and self-love and rediscovering who you are. So in all things, give gratitude for that. Because as much as it sucks, once you learn how to walk away from what no longer serves you, it places you on a better path. And it's never easy. Walking away is never easy, but, you know, it's something that you got to do. And so it was after that, a tarot reading popped into my feed. I was looking forward to nothing. Like, I just had no desire to watch it. But after watching so many things about narcissists and empaths, some tarot readers cover that and they talk about it. So I started watching a few tarot readers. I think Tyler's Tarot was one of the first ones I started watching. Who else? I was watching Eat, Read, Love. That dude's cool. I like him. He's funny. Queen of Pentacles 333. I like her because she's Bull Gang. JDS Tarot. I like watching him. He's a little bit newer. But people like that. I was watching. Blue Rose Tarot. I like her. Blue Rose. I was in your comments. My name is Lauren, and I said, "You kind of fine, though." I meant to say, my queen, you're the most beautiful woman in the universe. I bow to your greatness. There. I hope that made you smile. If you see this video. And JDS Tarot, I love your singing. So keep doing what you do, because you be having me sing along with you, bro. We gonna have to do a duet one day. But anyways, I was watching them, and all these people that I've been naming, they be so accurate. It was almost like they were giving me a personal reading. But it wasn't so much about trying to see what was going to happen or what was coming towards me and that kind of stuff. It was just like they were tuned into the psychology of what I was dealing with. And just the insight that I gained from watching helped heal. It helped me heal. It helped me give me some knowledge that I didn't have before. And utmost gratitude to like all of y'all that I watch, and there's more than that. I just can't think of everybody right now, but y'all my main ones. Spiritual Sag and Blue Rose, y'all been getting in my ass too about getting my spiritual work. So I was probably one of those people you was talking to. Love y'all. But over the course of watching it, it was like my intuition of real life was opening up more and kicking up notches, and I'm telling people about themselves and real life, and things that I'm saying are starting to happen. And I went through this period where outside opportunities started getting blocked for me. And it was like, my resume was so dope. Like, how am I not getting these jobs? And it was like the divine was pushing me away from the life I wanted to live or thought I wanted to live to where I was supposed to be, which is sitting here helping you guys. So, um, I want to wrap this up soon. Um, Earlier in the year, I started doing readings for people on the low. But I didn't start until I met my good friend Ashley at Just a Phase Intuitive Healing. Go to her Facebook page. She's dope. She does readings too. There's love for everybody. If you want to use me, you can. If you want to use her, you can. She's dope with the herbs and the teas and like the holistic healing and stuff too. So Ashley's Apothecary at Just a Phase Intuitive Healing. Um, yeah, it's lit, yo. Check my sister out. That's my sister. But I met her earlier this year, and through another mutual friend. And I almost didn't talk to her because he was like, "Man, I want to get your reading with her." I was like, "Man, I don't need no reading. I'm already a psychic, bro." But I hopped into one of her online sessions, and um, it was like she came in. I have another friend named Deanna, and she came in, talked to me, and they were like, "You need to be doing tarot. Like, you need to start working with the people. You need to get to work. You're way too gifted to not be living in your purpose. Like, what are you doing?" And I was like selling cars at the time, so and I was just in a space where I was just starting to hate it. Like, I didn't even want to be there anymore. And so I went out and got my first deck. I didn't open it up for like a week. I just stared at it because I still had them old school church heebie-jeebies. And then finally I cracked it open, and I was doing my reading about what all the cards meant, and like I kind of already knew from just watching so many videos over the last few years. Like, I could read from just watching the video, read their hands. So I'll practice like that, but just mentally watching them, remembering what the things mean, and it was like a matter of a day. It was like I had been doing this my whole life. Like, I'm like eerie good with it. I didn't even realize like I was tapped in to that extent to where these cards work for me. But they work, and so if you ever want a reading from me, I'll tell you this: I'm highly accurate. It's not the cards; it's spirit, and what spirit makes come out, and then I just utilize my intuition to interpret, and the cards kind of just show you a picture of an illustration of what you're going through, and maybe kind of help give you a better understand, because a lot of people are visual. So um, I grew up with comic books and things like that, so tarot was like a spiritual comic book for me. So I use it in that way to kind of show you um, what's happening. And yeah, my sessions be lit. We have fun. It's a good time. Um, don't be surprised if some of your ancestors want to talk to you, because they do show up. I am a medium. I don't toy with them in that way. I don't even ask them to show up. But if you inquire of them, and then um, they do show up, and it's happened more than once. And it's a crazy feeling. I'm starting to get used to it, but it's like it's like the whole room gets hot, and you got to catch your breath for a second. I don't know how to really explain it, but you know when they arrive. So that being said, I just had just wanted to share a little bit about how I got into tarot, how I utilize tarot to help you probe the issues that are underlying and see what's deep, 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 deep. Because sometimes the issue isn't the question that you ask, it's what you don't ask. And we're going to find that out. I said I only utilize my gifts for the benefit of humanity. I don't belong to any religion, any church, any belief system, because that would be short-sighting the divine. Divine is greater, older than, and more powerful any man, any book ever written. I'm tapped into some old spirit. So it's okay to just respect other people's beliefs. I'm not here to change your beliefs. You don't have to believe what I believe. Hell, you don't even have to believe I'm a medium. Like, if you don't, I'm not for you. Don't care. Like, Spirit been working on increasing my effort and my courage. So, mainly because I didn't even want to be doing this in the first place. But now I want to. So, this is going to be an interesting journey. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll talk some more later. Love you guys. Peace, blessings. Ashe.